Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. So I'm doing a love and spirituality reading for fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And as always, I will also be doing an extended reading on my Vimeo channel, so I will leave the link to that in the description box down below. All right, fire signs, let's dive right into it. The first two cards that came out are the Emperor and also the Hierophant card. So some of you are feeling much more in control of your life is what I'm hearing. Like you're feeling very empowered. And if you are not feeling this right now, you're going to be feeling this. I think that a lot of you are just really, I'm hearing that you're just really finding your way. Like you are becoming more of who you are. Like you are getting to know yourself better. I think in the past, a lot of you felt like you were having some sort of identity crisis. Like you didn't really know who you were. Other people were kind of dictating who you were. So the way that people treated you is the way that you started to see yourself, or the way you started to treat yourself. And now it's like you have either you have done this or you're going to do this, making like a 180 turn and finally living your life in a way that makes you happy. It's like you're finally the person who's defining who you are. Like you're not allowing other people or outside sources to define you or to control your life any longer. So very, very positive energy. Like you're really taking grasp or taking control of your life. I'm hearing like or I'm just feeling like this energy of just being really fed up. I think that you just got tired of it. Like you got tired of people having the ability to influence you so heavily. And you're like, no, I just don't want to live this life anymore. I want to be happy. I want to be independent. I want to be, you know, free from that bondage that comes with people being able to control you or control your emotions. See what I'm saying? The Hierophant card being here, I'm hearing that some of you are just very, very much committed to yourself. I'm hearing that some of you are like dating yourself. You're like, I'm just going to start dating myself, or I'm going to marry myself. Like you're really committing fully to yourself. And if you're not doing that, that's what you're being advised to do. Treating yourself as if you are your own spouse is what I'm hearing. It's going to be very beneficial. If you're not doing that already, you're definitely being guided to do so. I'm going to pull one card, or I'm going to pull another card to clarify. 1 second. Yeah, overall, I'm just getting a very empowered energy. So it's very positive. Pull one more. Some of you are establishing new habits or establishing new patterns or traditions to erase the old ones. For those of you who have a family, you may be starting like different traditions within your family to kind of wipe out the negative family practices, I guess you could say, that you have grown up in. Like, for example, let's say that you grew up in a household where it was very common that you didn't express your feelings. You could be now starting a family, or you now have a family where you're erasing that by making it normal for you to speak to your kids openly or speak to your spouse openly about your feelings. You see what I'm saying? It's like that. It's like erasing some type of old structure by implementing the opposite of it in your new life. Let me pull one more. For some of you, this directly relates to your own sense of discipline. Like some of you are just really wanting to get more disciplined in order for you to manifest the things in your life that you want. Like you know that you're needing to slowly but surely build up your sense of self-discipline. And there's a lot of different ways to do this. Like obviously you can go online and look up how to build self-discipline. But from what I'm hearing, it's going to be all about baby steps. Like don't try to dive into being the hardest working person alive if if that's not how you've been before. Like you have to build it up. You can't go from having low work ethic to having Beyonce's work ethic. I'm also hearing that some of you need to stop shaming yourself too, because I'm sensing for some of you this specifically is about discipline and work ethic, and you may be shaming yourself like, oh, I'm just so lazy, or please don't fall into that trap, because it's really more of a trap for people to kind of pressure you into working yourself to death or overexerting your energy or always being busy, because it's really no point in being busy unless you have like a set focus and a set purpose that makes it worth your while. So it's not that you're lazy, it's just that you need to find a set purpose or a set passion, instead of like, shaming yourself and making you feel like, or making yourself feel bad about the fact that you've been quote unquote lazy. There's obviously a reason for it. Either, like I said, you need to find your passion, and then you'll be more compelled to go ahead and actually do the work, or maybe you are suffering from some sort of depression or some sort of mental health issue. So just don't shame yourself and just call yourself lazy in a negative way, because obviously there's a reason behind it. So get to the root of it instead of trying to shame yourself, or instead of trying to push through it and exert this extreme amount of energy into your work, because that's going to work against you. Try to get to the root of it in a compassionate way first. Let me pull one more. Oh, okay. For some of you, this is talking about a commitment, and I'm hearing that you would already know who this person is. I'm not sensing that this is a new person. Let me pull one more. Oh, correction. If it is a new person coming in, you still know them from a past life. Let me pull one more. Toil and labor. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Different messages here. I'm having a feeling that a lot of people is going to watch this video, because I'm getting a lot of different storylines here. So just take whatever, resonates and leave the rest behind. For some of you, you are meeting someone who is a match for you in terms of long distance. Not sure why I said that. Maybe you're going to meet this person, it's going to be long distance, but what I meant to say was you're going to be meeting someone who is your equal, and that you're going to be able to have a long-term healthy connection with someone who is very stable. This person seems a bit dominant, but it's in a good way. It's in a way that you're going to like they have some sort of sense of control, and they're able to, either you're able to open them up, or they're able to open you up, or both. So if both of you have some sort of like issues with trust or opening up, some sort of blockage, it's like you're going to be able to open each other up and trust each other and help each other to grow and learn. I have a strong feeling that you already are with this person, or you're dating them, or something like that. But for some of you, it's a new person that comes in, but they are a past life soulmate. So you're going to feel like you know them already. Use your discernment though. Sometimes when someone comes into our life and we know it feels like instant recognition, that's not always a positive thing. Just use your discernment and still take things slowly no matter what. I just don't want anybody to listen to this and then you meet someone and you're like, oh wait, this must be what New Mind Frame was talking about. Let me dive on into this. You still use your discernment and go very, very slowly. I feel like I have to give that disclaimer because I just don't want to, lead someone astray. But yeah, some of you definitely have commitment in the works, something stable that you have been wanting, wishing, working towards, praying for. It's coming to you. And I'm hearing that it's coming to you not because of all your hard work. Be very careful of this, because for some of you, you're feeling like I did all this work and finally I get the love that I deserve, but you've already been deserving of it. So just be very careful of that mindset as well, because it can really cause you to go down a very negative pattern in life where you feel like you're not worthy of anything unless you are perfect, or unless you have struggled for it. There's nothing wrong with working hard, doing your healing work, climbing to the top of the ladder. It does give you a sense of empowerment to know that you put hard work into something and then you reap the benefits of it. But what you never want to do is to start to repeat to yourself that you have to be a certain way in order for you to be loved, because that's not true. If anything, you're already deserving of love. Just look at your healing work and things like that as a way for you to be able to show up in a healthy way when it comes to love, or you'll be able to walk away when someone is not treating you the way you deserve to be treated. So look at your healing work as a tool for getting to that goal. Don't look at it as a tool of you becoming this person who's now deserving of love, because it's very self-defeating, it's very self-limiting, and it's really not fair to you, is what I'm hearing, because it doesn't do any good to your self-esteem or your psyche, sending those messages to yourself. So just be very careful. For some of you, oh goodness, like I said, there's so many storylines here. I hope this doesn't get confusing. Some of you need to take a break. You're working, again, this is what I'm talking about. Some of you are working way too hard and you probably don't realize it, because in society they push this whole like, you need to sleep when you die. Don't sleep while you're alive. You're supposed to be grinding while you're alive. Don't listen to that nonsense, because that will put you in an early grave. It will take a very, very large or hard toll on your mental and physical health. You're being guided very specifically that this will harm you physically. I'm telling you, some of you are really overexerting yourself to the point where just please be careful. And this goes for not just you're booked and busy with your career. This is like even healing work. Like, are you diving too much into your healing work to the point where every day it's like you are reviewing trauma? It's really, really taking a toll on your body. That's why when you go to a therapist and stuff, you know, you don't go every day. I mean, some people do intensive therapy where they do it every day, but for the most part, you know, you go like once a week, maybe twice a week. Some people go once a month, and that's for a reason. You know, you do need a break in between healing work as well. So just be mindful of that. Let me see what else I'm getting here. This is for a very small group of you. Very, very small. Could be just one of you. For some of you, something has ended in your life and you're going to be happy about it because of the fact that you felt like that situation had too much control over you. And I'm not predicting an ending. I think this is already in the works, or it already happened, so you'll know about it already. But it's almost like you're going to feel better because of this ending. Only because, like I said, you felt like this situation had way too much control over you and over your emotions, and that you're now like, okay, it's like going to be a relief. Even if at first letting it go is painful, eventually it's going to lead to relief. And then you're going to have to recover from whatever took place, or you're going to have to put all your energy and effort into recovering from what took place, is what I'm seeing. Some of you could be choosing to leave someone behind because you need to heal from whatever it is that they put you through. This could be like a parent or something that you forgive them for what they've done, or you are like, you're not holding a grudge about it, but you still have to keep your distance because now you have to heal from it. And seeing them or speaking to them could be like a trigger for you. So you may need to like distance yourself as you kind of calm your nervous system down and heal and recover, is what I'm saying. But you're kind of like having to leave them in the past, or you're needing to separate yourself for the time being so that you can let go of the past that you have with this person. Put it that way. Doesn't mean you'll be separated forever, but sometimes when there's really bad blood between you and someone that you love, separation is necessary, not because you're holding a grudge, but because seeing them every day could be a trigger for you. And it's like, I need to be away from you so that I can heal from, you know, what has taken place, is what I'm seeing. Yeah, this isn't one of those things where it's like, let's heal together. Like, let's stay in contact every day and work this through. This is one of those things where you really do need to separate. You really do, in order for you to heal separately, is what I'm seeing. And I'm picking up parental energy from that very strongly. So for some of you, this is like a parent that is taking place with. I really hope that made sense. I feel like it was a lot of messages in those cards. Sheesh. So we have the 10 of Swords, and we also have the Moon card that came out in the reverse. Oh, Lord. The Moon card being here in the reverse, to me, that's like my laying it all out on the table sort of card. Like, there's nothing hidden. Everything's come to the light. You know, the truth sets you free, but it pisses you off first. That sort of energy. Let me pull one more card. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that a lot of you are just sick of this type of cycle. Like, you're sick of this cycle where there's some sort of betrayal or there's some sort of heartache. And it's like, you're finally like just seeing the light. Like, you're finally in a state of clarity where you're like, yo, I have been giving my energy over. I've been giving too much control to people, you know, when it comes to my emotions. I've invested too heavily into certain situations that just, you know, this is the outcome: being betrayed, showing up empty-handed, or ending up empty-handed. Like, you're really coming to realize that you're needing to take full control over your life. And it's going to be very, very relieving to you to be able to fully stand in your power. Like I said, some of you are choosing to date yourself, or you're like, I'm going to marry myself. I'm going to commit myself to me. And in the past, that might have seemed like some sort of punishment to you, like staying single, or, you know, having to kind of just stay to yourself and focus on self. That could have seemed like a punishment to you in the past because you would have preferred to be connected to someone. But now it's like relieving, because you're like, I'm just tired of people having the ability to control my emotions like this because I invest so heavily and they don't appreciate it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you're just fed up and you're seeing things very clearly now. It's going to be a big relief when you start to move towards this energy of being more independent and giving yourself everything that other people refuse to give you. Like, anything that you asked for that people made you feel like you were asking for too much, you're going to give it to yourself now. And it's going to be very beneficial and very, it's just going to be very peaceful. It's going to cause you to have a lot of peace of mind. It's going to help you with your self-esteem. You're going to start to love yourself more and trust yourself more. So it's positive. So let me pull one more. Bad health. Message in reverse. Okay, so the bad health card is coming out again. I just want to reiterate, be careful, be mindful of your health. Don't overestimate how much you can take, because sometimes when we've been in very like toxic or fucked up situations, we really do overestimate our own strength sometimes. We really do. And that's why some of us who have been through traumatic things or toxic things and stuff like that, we keep getting into them, because sometimes we really do overestimate our ability to like handle these extremely traumatic events and then bounce back from them, you know, just because we've done it in the past so much, and because this is like something that we're used to. We're used to things being messed up and dysfunctional and us having to get up and keep fighting. But each time that happens, you get weaker and weaker. I know people say, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, which is true. But if you go through the same cycle back to back to back, it's going to wear you down. You're not getting stronger each time. You're wearing down each time, because you are experiencing pain and betrayal. Then again. And it's like, if that's happening over and over again, it's actually weighing you down. It's actually beating you down, I guess I should say. And so some of you are just really needing to not overestimate your ability to bounce back, because the last thing you want to do is to reach a point of no return where you just are completely broken and it's hard for you to recover, you know, whether that be physical health or mental health. Just be very careful. Be very, very careful. I would focus very heavily on health in all areas of your life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. I would just really focus on health. I think that should be your main priority here, because that's coming up very, very strongly. Let me pull one more. Privileged lady card. Child card. Yeah, you're needing to pamper yourself for sure. You need to pamper yourself. Yeah, this goes right back to what I was saying about the whole like, oh, you know, dating yourself, marrying yourself. You need to really, really pamper yourself at this time. It's going to be very beneficial to you to pamper yourself and treat yourself very in a very gentle manner. Just extremely, like, treat yourself like you're a flower, like you're very fragile and that you're very delicate. And it's going to feel really weird at first, because a lot of us are very much used to not, I'm not going to say that neglecting ourselves is our normal, but it kind of is. Like neglecting the self, especially when you have been through certain situations that have been very painful. Sometimes we can tend to dissociate from our bodies in order to escape the pain, or, you know, we find an escapist or a way to escape, like we take on the escapist route. And so you're needing to do the opposite of that, and to really pay attention to yourself and dive into yourself, date yourself, love yourself, treat yourself very like you're fragile, like you're very extremely delicate. Protect yourself the way that you would protect a child, and it's going to make a world of difference. I'm trying to see. I'm hearing that some of you were waiting for some sort of message and that it never came, and that it's a good thing that it never came, because it would have thrown you off track. That's for a small group of you. That message that never came, it's a good thing that it did not come. Yeah, it would have threw you completely off track. That's for a small group of you. You'll know who you are when you hear this. Yeah, so overall in this reading, I feel like this is positive. I do feel like I said, some of you, I mean, a lot of you are just taking on this emperor energy. Like you're really just, you're not playing around. You're not playing no games about yourself, you know? It's about time that people stop playing with you. It's what I'm hearing. Like you're just ready. Like you're tired of people playing with you, tired of people playing games with you, and now you're not playing no more. That you're very serious about doing this work. People are going to be shocked. They are. I think that if you used to be like a pushover, they're going to be very shocked at your transformation. Yeah, they're going to be very shocked at your transformation. So this is drastic. This is like really putting your foot down now. Like if there were people in the past who could take advantage, like, hey, you know, they hit you up, can I get a couple dollars? Can I borrow some money? And you would usually be the one like, sure. Not anymore. You're going to utilize the word no very, very often in 2020. I think I'm going to make that the title of this reading. No is a full sentence or something like that. Let me pull one more. Two of Cups and the Seven of Rods is here again. Same message with the Seven of Rods being here in the reverse. You're just tired of people feeling like they got the upper hand or giving people the upper hand because of the fact that you are genuine when you enter connections, whether it be friendships, whether it be a connection with family, a romantic partner. You're genuine. You go into the connection like, here, I'm ready to give you my heart. Here we go. Like, you have the purest of pure intentions. And unfortunately, some people don't. Or even if they start out with good intentions, they end up disappointing you. You're very tired of it. You're very tired of it, and it gets to the point where, like I said, you can't keep on getting into these situations because it's going to wear you down more and more each time, and the last thing you want is for it to completely break your spirit. That's the last thing that you want. So yeah, that's why you're taking control. I completely see why you're so fed up or why you're so determined at this time, because it just got to the point of being overwhelmed. It got to the point of constantly feeling like you're under attack almost, and like no one is protecting you or helping you. A lot of betrayal is what I'm sensing with this, to the point where you're just fed the fuck up, and you feel like you need a best friend, and so you're going to become your own best friend. So that's beautiful energy. And anybody who has been doing this to you, karma is a thing, you know, especially if they were doing it with ill intent, like if they entered into connections with you with ill intentions, or they're fully aware that, even if they're not aware, honestly, I'm going to say, like, even if they're not aware of the extent of the damage that they've done, they're going to have to pay the piper anyway. Like, they're going to have to receive that karma anyway, because karma is all about, you know, the universe showing you what you have inflicted onto someone else. It's not about a punishment. It's just about an energetic boomerang. When you affect someone, or you hurt someone, you hurt yourself. When you help someone, you also help yourself, because we're all energetically connected. So whether it be good karma or bad karma, it always comes back around to help people to see how they are impacting other people. Let me pull one more. Watch out for your karma as well. The saying or the quote is coming to mind. How people treat you is their karma. How you respond is yours. Be very careful. I know it can be very tempting, especially it can be very tempting to retaliate or seek some sort of revenge, especially if you have been genuine and you genuinely wanted to build these connections, and something happens where you end up feeling betrayed or something like that. It can be very tempting to just go completely off and just cuss someone out or take revenge or anything like that. But don't do it. Don't do it, because you just don't deserve any bad karma. It's bad enough that they've already done this to you. You surely don't deserve to have bad karma on top of it. Once a psychic told me that when you are enraged, like when you have been betrayed, yes, you still pay karma for that, for like lashing out at the person. But I did have a psychic tell me that because because the intention is being clouded by your rage, it does cause the karma to be less intense, if that makes sense, which is very interesting. It's kind of like the difference between someone committing a murder versus them, like a premeditated murder, versus them, versus it being a crime of passion where they did it in a heat of anger. Obviously, the premeditated is going to hold a harsher sentence. And according to the psychic I was speaking to, the universe has very similar laws. You know, if you're enraged and you cuss someone out of that rage after they've done something to you, you do get karmic backlash, but not as harsh. But still, you don't deserve any karmic backlash because you've already been through enough, you know. Let me pull one more. So yeah, just watch your karma. Ooh, okay. For some of you, you have someone new coming in. I just I just heard some of you say it's about time. You have somebody new coming in that wants to take a leap of faith with you, but it's like on a casual sort of level. I'm not seeing here someone coming in and professing their undying love for you, and then, you know, I'm seeing it like a new, like it could be like, oh, do you want to go out on a date, or someone is making a proposition, is what I'm seeing. And it's very nice. It's innocent. And I think that's something that you need, something lighthearted and very innocent, someone who shares common interests as you. It's like you need it, someone like that you can have a lighthearted interaction with. Because of all the things you've been through, you don't want to dive into anything that's too heavy. Because if you dive into something too heavy, it's going to awaken your paranoia from past situations that you haven't fully healed from. So lighthearted things are going to be beneficial, or lighthearted connections are welcome, and they're going to be beneficial for you. Overall, I don't know. I feel like you have it figured out. I'm just feeling like you have it all figured out. I think this reading is going to be more like just clarifying what you already knew, the path that you're on. But for most of you, I feel like you have it figured out. You're taking complete and total control of your life. Take things very, very slowly. If you do meet someone new, still stay in your emperor energy. Don't give your power away to just anybody, even if you do feel a very strong spark with them, still stay in that Emperor energy, stay independent, make sure you're still dating yourself, even if you're dating other people. Yeah, you know how like some people date multiple people, and then the multiple people, like, they know about each other, you know, they know that they're all courting the same person, and it's like, may the best man win sort of situation. It's weird because what I'm getting is that you're going to be like that, but with you and another person. So you're dating yourself, and then whoever else wants to date you has to compete with you dating yourself. Because like, you're being guided to treat yourself so well and date yourself so well that when someone comes in to date you, it's almost like they're in competition with you because you're dating yourself. And so you have to set the bar high, is what I'm hearing. Just like if you were dating multiple people, you're like, which one is like putting in the most effort? Which one do I have the most connection, like the most chemistry with? Like, which one is the best option? It's like you're needing to put people in that competition, but it doesn't have to be multiple people outside of yourself. It's like they're competing with you. They're competing with how you treat yourself. That's why you have to set the bar high and treat yourself extremely, extremely well at this time. So you'll have something to compare it to when you do start dating again, or you do start connecting to people again. You see? All right, so we're going to extend this. I'm going to dive deeper into these messages. Hopefully some messages about this new person comes through because I'm interested and I'm nosy. So I'm going to continue this on my Vimeo channel. I'll leave the link to that in the description box down below and also in the comment section. So thank you for watching this reading, and I will see you guys over on Vimeo. Bye. So you can expect a lot of success in the upcoming year if you continue in this Emperor energy, meaning if you continue to put yourself first, if you continue to be very disciplined and focused, if you continue to be very emotionally independent, meaning that you're not giving other people the ability to kind of destroy you emotionally, like you're being very emotionally self-reliant, and you're going to be successful because of this. Like, you're going to have a great deal of success. It's like your life's going to take a 180 turn. There's going to be a lot less distractions, because sometimes when we do suffer from codependency, or maybe we have self-esteem issues, and the people we date or our friends have the ability to dictate our self-esteem, or we can meet people who want to take advantage of that and purposely try to control us by hurting us because they see we have a low self-esteem. That can be very distracting, and it's difficult to manifest the life for yourself that you want when your energy, time, and effort is put into these types of situations. So like I said, you taking complete and total control of your life and becoming very independent and self-reliant is going to lead to a lot of success and a lot of breakthroughs in the upcoming year. As the Emperor, you are becoming a very independent person. You are becoming someone who is self-reliant, but don't confuse that with, like, some people think that they're in the Emperor energy when they are cold, they're closed off, and even when they need help, like they can be like literally at rock bottom and desperately needing help, and they still won't ask for it because of their pride. Don't be that Emperor. Be the Emperor who is very self-reliant, who's self-sufficient, but at the same time you maintain that softness or that warmth to you at the same time. And so you're still able to give love, and you're also able to still receive it. You're also willing to give help, but you're also still willing to receive it. You see what I'm saying? So even if you're in this Emperor energy, if you don't heal those past wounds, or if you don't give yourself time to grieve or seek out help, you're just going to go cold. You're going to become the cold Emperor, because you'll be in the Emperor energy, but suppressing that pain. And you don't want that. You want to still be able to grieve, stay warm, keep your heart open while you're in this very independent energy. So you may need to seek out some sort of help in order to help heal from in order to help you grieve properly, in order to help you heal from what's taking place. And that's when you really can step into your path of independence without having to completely close yourself off, and without suppressing any unfinished or unresolved pain.